Bam. Oh, he's not that big. I'm gonna pick him up. Alright guys, windy today. I wanted to get some fishing time and it's cold. You see I got my coat on. I took my coat off when I stopped here, and as I was owling through up here looking for some spots to fish and look for fish, I got cold and put my coat back on. When I left my house it was 50 degrees. I don't know what it is now, but it's only supposed to be 60 couple today, I think 64, something like that. With the wind blowing, it's not gonna feel 50 degrees, is it? So here's what my plan was today. I knew it was gonna be a little breezy. Is I'm gonna fish the shiner. I like to fish this shiner when the fish are shallow or when they're stopping on stumps and stuff like that. I'm in a big bay. I fished this before in the spring. Y'all seen, the guys that's been with me see me fish this before in the spring, doing the same thing. Crappie will come back here, run around chasing shad in the fall. Bass do the same thing. I done seen 2 bass fishermen come through. When I pulled in, one left and one came in behind me. And they're doing the same thing. They're going to the back of the creeks. Now, that's the old saying when I was a serious bass fisherman. In the fall, you go to the back of the creeks, right? Why? Because the shad go to the back of the creeks. Bam. Well, they ain't getting any bigger. I'm kind of mixing it up today in baits, guys. Just trying to find something. Like I said, I caught the first one on a shiner swim bait, and oh, they was all about it. And you know how black crappie are. Oops, bait come out of his mouth. You can catch a couple, or 1 or 2, or 1 or none. They get where black crappie get where they want to kiss it and play with it, not bite it. Tadpole Jr, they're about the same size. And sometimes that's it too. You're in smaller fish. You know, you get in these fish that are around 9 inches. They can be hard to catch sometimes. And you got to find something they're interested in. Then we got to look for big fish. And today is one of those days where the wind's so bad, I think going looking for big fish is going to be a tough thing. I'm going to have to settle with what I got, I think. I'm in an area where the wind is a little bit lighter. I knew it was going to be a little bit lighter here. The main lake was chopping pretty good when I came up through it. Sunshine color, Tadpole Jr. But black crappie can be very finicky and they like to lick the bait. Alright, got another one. Trying to make him come to the front of the boat. Trying to control him, see him controlling me. So I can bring him right here to my net. It's easier to net him on this side. So I can do this, bam. And get my shiner rod out of the way. Alright, same color. That hooked him a little bit better. I sharpened this hook before I started. I was fishing a video the other day. He's about 10 inches. See that belly all puffed out? That's why they're hard to catch too. And I just seen a school of shad. If I see them again, I'll show them to you. A huge school of shad. Water ain't but 8 foot deep here, and the school of shad went almost from the surface, almost down to the bottom almost. That big and wide. And that makes you wonder why they're so hard to catch, right? How many thousands of shad were in that school? And I'm fishing a little piece of cover here. And there's some stumps scattered here. I've caught them many times. A big stump up on that corner. I've caught them many times off that big stump. I'm sitting here because there's 2 or 3 stumps there, and then from this dock, there's some brush, and it's about going, guys. It's not very tall, but still enough to draw a couple fish. But again, I seen that big school of shad. That's why they're back here. If they can get on a stump or a little piece of cover and hide, you know, hold to it and wait for those shad to come through, they don't have to get ahead and roam around and chase them. Bam. Like I said, the wind's gotten so bad, I would move, but it's nice to let your spot lock sit there and hold you in it. He's about 9.5, but I think I'm going to do that, guys. I think I'm going to go look at a couple boat houses, see if I can find some fish on some boat houses. I know a couple that usually have fish on them. This is the ocean color, and that'll get me out of the wind a little bit because I'm in an opening here. But the wind is really bad. If I knew it was going to be this bad, I would have never came out, guys. Oh, guys, found one on a dock. Now I'm gonna tell you, I done fished all these docks down through here. The middle one didn't have any on. The first one did. And I got hung up. I done lost 3 jig heads since last fish. With the wind blowing and there's some current going in the water, right? It's just taking my bait around dock posts and stuff. If they don't hit it right away, that's what's happening. All right? And it makes it tough when the wind's blowing, doesn't it? You know? I ought to call this video, what do you do on a windy day? You stay home and watch Lone Ranger? Cisco Kid? Or do you go fishing? Well, I made my mind up I was going to go. So here I are. You try to get out of the wind. Now down there where I was fishing, the wind was beating me so bad, and there was some fish there and some stumps, and like I say, it's a small piece of brush there that the owner put out in front of that dock, and I could see him up on that. Some crappie on it, but casting into the wind to them with the 1/32, there's only about 3 foot deep to 5 foot deep, the crappie were. You can't use a lot of weight. I got hung up once there and broke my line. The boat's moving, so y'all that have live scope know that the boat's moving. So I'm constantly doing this to try to see my bait, because if I can see my bait, I can keep it off of the brush or off of the stump, so forth. So yeah, it's very tough on a windy day. Well, this is the most active school I've run into. Now, he ain't very big, but he's got the right attitude. 2 casts and 2 fish. I could turn around and came back. I said, let me throw in these for one more time. I ain't but a couple there, a couple of scattered ones. But anyway, hey, it's a fish. Well, you got bigger. Oh yeah, he's about 10 inches. Still think that first one I caught was probably the biggest. You know, I started with that shiner. I figured they'd be chasing some. The water's 65. When I started, I thought maybe they'd be chasing some. And they would run off and follow it, guys. After I caught that one, they would run off and follow it, and for a long ways off of the cover, and they'd go back. So after a few times of that, after about 15 minutes of that, and I trade a couple colors, and they do the same thing every color, I realized, well, they're not gonna hit something moving that fast today, and I need to go smaller. So when I realized that's what I need to do, that was a bad cast. When I realized that's what I needed to do, I went to the Tadpole Jr. They're up under those steps coming down. They're back in that corner. I gotta go under that boat lift to get to them. That's why I said that was a bad cast. I made it right to that cross beam, and that's it. Gotta go under that deck. That's where they're at. Get off the post. They have 4 posts in the water, I think. At least 3. I think it's 4, but it's 3 at least in the water right there at those steps. I reckon that's one of them's holding this addition they probably put on. They put this addition on for this boat. It wasn't there when they originally built it on shore. And then they got the original post, 2 posts holding that. So at least 3 it looks like there. Then there's one behind it. So that's why they're there. It's like in a cage. If you look at my depth finder, I'll show you in a minute. Well, he's not bad either. He's probably right at 10 inches. All right. These are a little bit bigger fish. Oh, he hook came out here amazing. This color is called Candy. It's in the tail colors. Okay. I'm going to throw it a couple more times. I'm going to stick with it. I've tried different colors. I don't think, I think I can go back to ocean. I got a Virginia shad laying there, and some of those will still catch fish on them. This candy is just a good stained water color, because it's azure. It's azure for the front half, and it's a chartreuse tail. It's probably the best selling color I have in the Willowtails. This one, Plum Crazy, and Hot Perch, which is pumpkin seed chartreuse tail. If I can get it back under there, which is difficult to do in this angle, I've got to back cast it. You know what I'm saying? Backhand it. I'm going to pick him up. I tell you all that, if he falls off and go like, oops. That's usually where you lose when you pick him up. But he's hooked. He's hooked good. I've been sharpening these hooks, checking them, and I'm telling you what, most of them are decently sharp, but you rub that file on them a couple times. He's not quite 10 inches. He's probably 10 and 7/8. It makes a huge difference. Now, I've showed you all my sharpening. I showed you before how I sharpen it. I'll do it again in another video. He had me around the dock post. I just kept pulling. The 2-pound test, I'll tell you. He's not very big, but I just kept holding tight and pulling. You'd be surprised what you can do with it. So a lot of y'all guys keep asking me about this 2-pound test. What I've got on this rod right now is SOS. Same company that makes a top magnet, Leland. So you can go on their site and get it. People tell me they can't find it. He's about 10 inches. Virginia shad. Now it'll be on his site, their site. Bass Pro makes it, 2-pound test. Tournament tough. Now I tell you, it is tough. It fishes like 4-pound test. This breaks pretty easy. I mean, I done lost a couple jigs, like 4 jigs today. You get hung up on a dock post or something, that's the end of it. You're not gonna, you're not gonna get it off. But of course, that's with 6-pound test too, unless you bend the hook, right? You're not gonna do that with a 2-pound test. You pull on, it's gonna break. The advantage I'm having is the crappie are back there at those steps, and I threw through there some, and now I'm throwing from this front, and I can get it to them because the line is so limp, it comes off real easy. You're gonna get hung up easy, and it can be broke. I had a fish break it about 2 trips back. Don't think it was a crappie. He hit and took off, and that was it. Went around a post, that was it. But the reason I like it is I can get way back under these docks with it. If you're fishing really clear water, it's gonna be an advantage. But if you're throwing a little jig like a 1/48 and that type of thing, you get your 7-foot rod, light action, 2-pound test, 1,000 size reel. You can throw these little baits. Bam. Bonus. This is a bonus clip right here. Shiner swim bait. I thought, let me throw it under there one time. Blue boy. So if you find some active fish, you can work them over with that little shiner swim bait. It looks like a little shad. Bam. Oh, that's a good one. 4-pound test, he made her crack. He made her sing a little bit when I picked him up. He's fat. Good gosh, ain't that long. It's 11 inches, Bobby. Blue boy shiner. Well, he's fat. Wow. Oh yeah, this is a good one. All right, I switch colors on y'all. Probably one of the best colors I make. And I make it in a lot of stuff, a lot of bait shapes. And you hear me mention it a lot. And I sell some. I gotta go take care of my boat. My boat, guys, I started out here, if y'all noticed, and it's been easing toward the boathouse. I don't need to hit somebody's boathouse. That's a nice crappie, guys. That's 11-inch crappie, over 11-inch crappie. Bam, Virginia shad. That's right. The Virginia shad color, I make it in swim baits, grubs, I make it all that stuff, guys. And it catches fish. There you go. Where the sun can hit him. Bam, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. All right, guys, I'm gonna end on that one. So, I'm gonna tell you like I usually do. I'm gonna make a few more casts because this school here has been active, and it's about 20 here, and I think all of them are hungry. I'm gonna add one other thing. It's 125. I said this, I put it in a Holly Grove Marina, and because I filled this boat full of gas, I said, well, I'll go ahead and put it in there. And I was talking to the owner, and I told him I wasn't no big hurry to go out this morning. That was like 10 o'clock, 10:30, probably 10:30. And I said, you know why? I have found that this time of year, when the water's changing temperatures and it's dropping, and it's cold, it was 40 a couple this morning, it was 39 yesterday morning, it's supposed to be 30 in the 30s tonight, 38, 39, so the water's dropping. I have found the better fishing is in the evenings. Now what I'll start doing here shortly is, I won't even leave my house till 11 o'clock. I'll fish from like 11 to 3, because I think that's the best part of the day to fishing once the water cools off. I think I get to where the opposite. I think I get to where they want to feel the sun sometimes, or feel the warmth. But I think another thing is when they eat at night, they're going at night eating, I think they're finally starting to get a little hungry again, right? You don't, if you get it from the supper table and sit down in the living room, watch football game, the wife hollers, hey, I got this here, I got that. You go, no, I'm fine, save it for after a while. Well, I think that's what it is. They're full when they come in here at this dock at daylight, or after they've been running around all night. They come in here at 7, 8, or 9 o'clock in the morning and set up And we're going to sit right here. This is their comfort zone. We're going to sit right here. And you'll throw them baits at them. And they're like, nah. Finally, in the evening, after, 6, 7 hours, they're getting a little hungry. That food down start digestion again, you know. I think that's my theory. Well, y'all tell me what y'all think. That's what I think. I think that's why sometimes they're easier to catch in the middle of the day. I've heard other crappie guys that make videos, other YouTubers say, crappie fish say, well, I think the best place for them sometimes is from 11 to 2, even in the summertime, even when it's hot. Well, that might be why it is. That food's finally digested. They're ready to eat again. All right? Appreciate y'all, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Tadpole Jr. I don't think I've made anything with it for a while. I've got it in a lot of colors. As you can see, this water's got a light stain to it. It's about 1.5 feet. About 1.5 feet, pushing 2 foot visibility. And all these colors work. Candy was great. I know the Virginia Shad works great. I can't remember what all I use. I got them laying back there. But hey, I got plenty of colors to choose from in the Tadpole Jr. Check it out. Hey guys, see y'all next time.